It's the 4th week in July, and it's time for another garden update. I'll just start down here on the north end. This cucumber trellis here has produced a lot of cucumbers. And there's one there that I let go just a little bit too long that I see. I pretty much have to pick cucumbers every day or some of them get too big. Squash has really done well. It's growing like crazy. And still, I haven't noticed a single squash bug or any squash vine borer damage at all. And it's totally amazing me, and I'm expecting something bad to happen at any moment because it usually does. I'm going to walk around back here and show you we got one squash. Lots of male flowers and a few female flowers finally, and I noticed we have this one squash on. We may have more back in the foliage somewhere, but I've only seen the one. But it's a big one already. In a week or two I'll probably be able to harvest some of that popcorn that was first to form ears. The glass gem corn is very tall. And that third type of corn, it's also getting very tall. Never grown it before. It was something I just bought at the grocery store as an ornamental. The hops plant, it's kind of stopped growing as much. Not sure what to think about that. And we have the tomato in the grow bag. Picked quite a few tomatoes off of it. Then, as you can see over here, that squash is trying to take over the whole garden. It's back there even past the eggplants. Not sure whether I want to cut it back or try to keep it along the fence, but I've got a little time to think about it, but not much. We've been using a few onions as we need them, and you can see the beans are trying to climb the corn over on this side. Finally, we've already got some beans on the other side that are about ready to pick. The eggplants, man, they've really been setting on well. We've got tons of eggplants. Let me show you a couple real quick. Rosita is loaded with fruit and it's still setting on. Got lots on there. The Matoyo is loaded with fruit. Real good looking. I think I'm going to be picking some eggplants today. Right next to those are the Aswad, A-S-W-A-D. It's loaded with fruit. These are just looking great. I've got a little bit of a spider mite problem. I've sprayed them already. I'm hoping that'll take care of it. On the end here we have the Ichabod 2. It's a real good producer. Same one we have in that one straw bale that produced so many. And then this one fruit that looks a little different here, that's a long purple that I have grafted onto there. There's the grafting clip. But this plant's doing extremely well. We've harvested quite a few early, and now it's starting to produce again. It's supposed to be 96 degrees today, and then it's going to cool off in the next few days, and we're going to have some cooler than normal weather in the 80s. And it's going to be rainy, so what I'm going to do is take these pots out of their saucers so these plants won't get waterlogged. But the peppers over here are doing really good. This is a explosive ember. And there's a sangria. It's just covered with peppers. The marigolds are blooming. Let me get out there and show you some of the peppers. That's a volunteer pepper there. It hasn't produced any peppers yet. This is a Buena Mulata, and it's just now starting to set on a couple of peppers. This is the Violet Sparkle, and it's got one ripe one down at the bottom. Got other peppers on it. I just tasted one of the red ones recently. This cinnamon basil, I've cut it back several times already. It grows like crazy. Then here's that little jalapeno plant. We've already used some of those peppers, and I have one other pepper grafted onto it. It looks like it might be an Oda, either that or an albino bullnose, I think. Have to wait and see on that. This poblano, we picked some peppers yesterday. I'll just put that picture up where you can see it. But this poblano is over waist high, ghost pepper. It's growing like crazy. I don't have a pepper on it, I don't think. Well, there's a couple that might be setting on, but the plant is looking very good. Little albino bullnose there. This one next to it, I think, is an Oda by the looks of it. Then this Santa Fe Grande, picked a bunch of peppers off of it. It's looking pretty good still. Still producing a lot of peppers. Then behind me I have an Oda, and it's just starting to set peppers. Got lots of blooms on it. And it's a little taller than most of my Odas get, so I'm curious to see how many that produces. Then we have this pepper over here. This is my hybrid, and it's got some peppers on it. And then I also have two grafts on this plant. This is a Chinese 5-color grafted onto it, and this is a Buena Mulata grafted onto it. And it's just now starting to grow good, so it won't be long. And this is a fish pepper with a variegated foliage, and it's finally getting a few peppers on it. Very small ones, but we've got plenty of time left. Then over on the bean trellis, starting to set on beans. So we're going to be able to enjoy some green beans soon. And I just did a potato harvest, so it'll go well with those. There's that little pineapple plant there, and I've harvested just a few carrots, not many. And the yacon over here, it's been getting chewed up by grasshoppers and other insects. It hasn't really done that well this year. Not sure why. On my way out of the corn, we might as well take a look at a couple of ears. This is the glass gem corn. We'll be able to harvest that sometime next month. And here's a closer look at some of the beans trying to climb the corn. They're a little bit behind some of the other beans, but that might work out okay. There's that petunia in the water cooler. It's starting to yellow just a little bit. I added some fertilizer, hopefully that'll help. But it's almost trailed all the way down to the ground. It's done pretty well. Then we have this straw bale. As I mentioned, I'm going to be harvesting eggplants today. And we've got some nice ones there that I'll be taking off. Got some more here. Another one down there. Got a fish pepper over here in this bale, and it's starting to get peppers on it finally. And I've harvested a few eggplants off of this one, and looks like I have a few more to harvest. I picked a whole bunch of peppers. Well, the sweet potatoes are trying to take over this bale, looks like. They're trying to take over the whole garden, actually. I'll fix that later, but this pepper plant, I picked most of the peppers off of it yesterday. This Phileas Blue's covered, and we even have a couple that are starting to get that red ripe color. I picked some of the Odas yesterday, but it's still got lots of peppers on it. Those things just do really well. Sweet potatoes. These are just the slips that I stuck in the ground over here by the bales, and they're growing in all directions. That's the end of the first half of our garden tour. I'll post the second half tomorrow. If you're just now finding this channel and haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Otherwise, like, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.